Hello. Hello. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm
I haven't
great.
seen you in ages.
I'm very happy.
Why? What's going on? Tell me.
Have you read
Uh,
the decreto about the
I-
region of Tuscany?
Somebody just told me in one of my classes that something happened and something was written about us as of tomorrow being
Yeah,
able to walk
exactly.
anywhere we want. Oh,
Yeah, in our borough, in our comune. Yes,
yeah,
we can.
that's nice because I'm going to take a big hike tomorrow. I'm going
Nice.
for a big walk tomorrow.
Good.
No,
Good for you.
Joelle, the thing is that people do it here, but you're not really supposed to. I
Well,
mean,
as long as you stay with like the people who live in, like who reside with you, you don't form groups with other people. You stay away. You distance yourself from other people. You wear a mask in case you get into contact with another person or other groups of people.
mhm.
But you're allowed to walk or take your bicycle and go for a walk with your children. You know. So this is fantastic news.
It's
I'm
really
really
fantastic
happy.
news. Somebody just told me about 2 hours. I go, no, it's the 4th. And they said, no, it just came out. And I'm like, oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
exactly. Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Hmm.
So, well, you want to
So,
introduce yourself?
yes,
Huh?
I
You want
will.
to
My
introduce
name is
yourself?
Joelle. Yeah, I'm Joelle. I'm from London, and I live near Florence, and I work in the Baracca School of Florence together with my coworker here, um, Jane. Can you introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Jane, and I'm originally from the United States, from New York State. And I live, like Joelle, I live a little bit outside of Florence, and I work in a school in Via Baracca in Florence.
Yeah.
That's about it.
So
Yeah.
today we've had some good news. Please introduce yourselves. If you're watching, tell us your name and where you're from. And if you have any plans to go out and walk this weekend,
Oh,
if you can, it depends where you're from because maybe every region is different. I know that this new news about being able to leave the house tomorrow on the 1st of May, this is
oh.
in Tuscany. So I don't know if in Lombardy or Piedmont or Puglia, it's a different story. Okay, so
But does
introduce
that also
yourselves.
mean that I can go into Florence and take a walk, or no?
No, because I don't know if you. What is your comune?
No,
What is
no, I'm
your
Rignano.
borough?
I'm Rignano.
No,
No, no, no.
you have to stay there. You can't go
Okay.
out of Rignano unless
Okay.
you are going. They said something in the decreto, in the decree, that you
I'll
can
look it
go
up.
only if you're visiting family, for example,
Mm.
um, or for some kind of necessity. You know, you need to go and see a doctor, or you need to
Oh,
whatever. You can't
okay.
just go for a walk because you want to go for a walk in Cascine, because that you can't do that.
Okay.
You know. Example.
Okay.
All right,
Sounds good. Hi, Joel
Riccardo.
from Rome.
Hello. How are you? And how are you holding up with this
Yeah.
quarantine? Are you surviving? All right. I was
Yes.
actually just talking about Rome with my student before. Beautiful, beautiful city. Okay. Giacomo. Giacomo, hi.
Jockamo.
Uh,
Hi,
from, okay, he cannot go
from
out.
Milan. Just for
Only. F-
primariness. It's only in Tuscany. Yeah,
mm,
Milan, you've got a whole different situation.
yeah,
So, unfortunately, Giacomo, it's still very difficult in Lombardia. Uh,
yeah. I think Milan is
uh,
the equivalent of New York at the moment. It's where there's the
yeah,
epidemic. Yeah,
it's
where the
Milan.
most cases are.
Unfortunately, that whole yeah, yeah, yeah. I think they're going to stay in lockdown. Unfortunately, longer than
Mm-hmm.
anybody else. Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Hi,
Hi,
Caterina.
Katerina. Ooh, from Salerno. Beautiful. Beautiful, also in
Beautiful.
Salerno, Campania.
Now
Uh,
she says, "Now I'm in Milan." Oh, Caterina. Okay.
I bet you wish you were in Salerno right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
yeah.
Oh,
The
we're going to
sec
get through this, everybody. We will get through this. It's
Yes,
tough.
slowly, slowly.
Tough.
Giacomo says the situation is a drama. Is
Yeah.
maybe I would say the situation is dramatic.
Is
Is dramatic.
dramatic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. But I think we have to learn to live with this virus. This is what President Conte said, that we can't live in lockdown forever. So slowly, slowly, we have to start just going out, taking precautions, wearing our masks, wearing our gloves when
Lots of
necessary.
precautions. Yeah.
But we have to start living again and opening things up and opening companies and getting people back to work, which I think is the most important
Yeah.
thing. But
Yeah.
being careful.
It's
It's
just
going to be
dramatic.
hard.
Yeah.
This second phase here is going to be really, really hard. Phase two. Okay.
I do. I think this phase is going to be
So
particularly
today we
dangerous and really hard.
are,
We'll do it.
yes, we have to. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to read the objectives of today's focus activity, Jane?
Sure. Hobbies. In this focused activity, describing a hobby, present perfect continuous, for and since.
All right, perfect. So, yes, in today's focus activity, we will be looking at, I think, one of the most difficult parts of English, which is present perfect continuous. It's really, really difficult for a lot of people to get their head round in Italian, in Italy, because you don't have present perfect continuous in your language, so it's difficult to compare it with something. So we'll practice, give it a bash. We'll practice using it
Yeah.
in context
Yeah, we'll
and see
practice
if you
it.
get it right. Yeah. So, all right. Hobbies. Number one, what is your current hobby and when did you decide to take it up? Okay, so students, remember, please
Yeah.
participate. Please write your
We'd
answers
love to
if
hear from you.
yeah, if you have anything to answer from our questions, please write them in the comment box and we will share them and discuss them. Okay. In the meantime, while you write your answers to the questions, Jane, I'm going to ask you, what is your current hobby?
Well, I like to go to the gym. So that's really my main hobby. And I took it up about 25, 30 years ago. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have to say that mine is the same. One of my current
Yeah.
hobbies is the same.
Okay.
I also go to the gym and I took it up mm, nearly, okay, I would say about 18 years ago.
There you go. 18 years ago. That's a
Yeah,
long
about 18
time.
years
Good
ago.
hobby.
Okay.
So happy birthday, Tony. Huh?
Oh, it's
Happy birthday. Happy
Antonio.
birthday.
Do you remember
Yeah.
Antonio?
Yes, I know. He kills us. And I never see him, but whenever I'm with you, Joelle, he shows up.
There you
So
go.
I'm very
Hi,
happy.
Antonio. Happy birthday.
Yeah,
36.
happy,
Wow.
happy.
Okay. Katerina, my current hobby is swimming when I am on the
The
metro.
Metro? Hmm. I
Okay,
like
I love
reading.
reading too. Me too. I love
I have to
reading.
be honest with you. I have not been reading in this period. You would think that with the lockdown, I would be reading a lot.
Mm.
And I haven't been reading. I
I
don't.
I've
I,
I've only read one book. I haven't actually finished it yet. I've nearly finished, but it's taken me like 2 months to get through one book because I only read like a few pages at a time. I read a lot, but I read like news reports and stuff like that, like on social
yeah.
media. I'm not reading books. I'm reading other stuff about the current situation
Yeah, but I don't
at
know.
the
It's
moment.
sad because I've been
Mm.
working on my. Okay, another hobby. I love interior design. It's my
Ooh,
thing. and
Lovely.
I have been working on my house like a lunatic.
Wow. Good for you.
Yeah,
Good for you.
yeah.
Ricardo, he says, I like to go to the gym too. I started to go in 2000. So here you would need to use the present perfect continuous with
Uh-huh.
since. I have been
Yeah.
going since 2000.
Since. And it means that you still are going. That's
Yeah.
really the indication, and it's kind of focused on the activity, which is great. Ooh,
Right.
me too. I also do yoga. So, Simona, I got all these things that I do and I just put it all in one basket. So, Simona, my current hobby is yoga. Yay! Another yogi. I don't like the gym,
Hmm.
but in this period, it, I need the object, is necessary to do some sport. To
Hmm.
do some sport. I decided you do yoga
Hmm.
at the beginning of my quarantine. Okay.
Okay, very good. We also have Giacomo who says, I love playing and watching tennis on TV during not the free time, but during my free time. It's the activity I do the most, especially to practice it, to do it. Okay,
So, Joelle, let's
perfect.
talk about do and make because there seems to be a lot of difficulty with do and make. Maybe we could
Mm-hmm.
help them to understand.
Yeah,
With sport, we use what do we use with sport?
do.
We
We
use
always use
do.
do. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because to do
Okay.
is for like an activity. It's to
Yeah.
to do an
Exactly.
activity. Exactly. To make is something more
Mhm.
physical, like a cake. Make a to
Yeah.
build, to construct,
To
to.
build, yeah, to construct, we use make.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right. So, and again, with since and for, because this is what we will be looking at today, if you use since, it's always, oops, I'm not writing anything.
That's okay.
Since
Don't worry
is
about it.
always with the present, it's with the perfect tense. With the perfect tense. So it could be present
Yeah.
perfect simple, it could be present perfect continuous, it could be past perfect, future perfect, but it's always with the
But
perfect
don't you think that
tense.
there's those set of words? I always tell students that there's a set of words that we use with the perfect tenses most of the time. And if you can identify those words, it really helps. There's
Hmm.
since, for,
Yeah.
already,
Yeah.
yet,
Hmm.
before, ever, never. Those words, generally speaking, really indicate that we're using a perfect tense.
Exactly. Very good. Even though for can also be used for
Yeah, I know, it's a
like
perfect.
past simple, but
Right,
anyway, yeah.
right.
But these are generally the words that we use with the perfect tense, especially yet, already, and since. But also for very often. Okay. Giacomo said, I decided to practice tennis several years ago. I wouldn't say practice. Italian people always use the word
I
practice
know.
the
It's
sport,
incredible. Uh-huh.
but it's got a different meaning. To practice in English is is to
Allenarsi.
do the allenamento.
Yeah,
Allenamento, yeah, is
allenamento.
allenarsi.
I go to
So,
practice. Yeah,
mm,
it's the allenamento in itself.
yeah.
Okay.
So instead, if you're just talking about doing the sport, we use do. Okay, again, this is the verb do. I decided to do or to start. Actually, maybe
I
start would
think
be better here.
play. I think with this one we say play tennis.
Yeah, yeah. Several years ago.
Play tennis.
Perfect.
Hmm.
Okay, we also have Ricardo. Do you want to read this, Jane?
Sure. I like playing football with my friends and love watching sport on television,
Hmm.
especially Especially football and uh,
Hmm. Cycling.
cyclism. Cycling or, but yeah, cycling.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Even though, yeah, we don't write specially, we write especially, like Jane said. But when we speak, I don't know about Americans, but definitely British people, we tend to clip off that E and we just say specially. But it's colloquial, it's not how we would write
Yeah, it's
it.
colloquial
Yeah.
and yeah, especially. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, good. Katerina said, I start again. I started swimming not since, because started is past
Mm,
simple.
Past simple,
So
yeah.
you need a specific date. I started swimming in
In.
2005. Or you could use the perfect tense.
Yeah,
I
which is
have.
even better, don't you
Yeah,
think? Because then you
exactly.
really get this idea of continuity that you've something you've been doing for a
Very good.
long time. Yeah.
Okay, so we use the present perfect continuous. I have been swimming. And you continue to do so now
So
since
who, Antonio, who are you
2005.
talking about here?
Sorry, where are we? Okay. What is that? What is Antonio
I
saying?
want to know who he's
You look
referring to.
familiar.
Antonio,
You look familiar.
you look,
Yes, we have met before, Antonio, here on the
you,
webinar.
is that what he's referring to? I don't know.
I
It's
think so. I
been
don't know.
ages.
Don't worry, you're not being forward. I definitely know you from somewhere. I know you from this webinar because you cracked us up. You made us laugh so
Yeah,
much. So we have
yeah,
met
many
before, not in
times.
person, but here in the lesson. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
It's been ages. You see, there you go. Okay. So, I also have another current hobby apart from the gym. I am a dancer. I dance salsa, and I decided to take it up in 2001.
A
So
long
I have,
time, Joel.
yeah, exactly. Okay, number two, Jane, can you read?
Do you tend to start a lot of hobbies but get bored quickly? Not really. Do you, Joelle?
No, no, I don't either, actually. If I decide to start a hobby, it's because I have a real interest in it, and I tend to stick at it if I've started.
I don't know.
Stick to it.
It's, I don't, I can't think of anything. Yeah,
No, I don't
yeah,
start
I
a lot
don't,
of hobbies. I've got my few like hobbies that I
yeah,
can
me
count
too.
on one hand, and they have
But
always been my hobbies.
see, the thing is, I have been thinking about starting something, and I haven't yet decided, and I'm still working on it because it's always a big, important thing. I think you have to be very passionate about it, right, Joelle?
Exactly, exactly. Yeah. Um, so Antonio says, "Lucky you. I'm not good at dancing, but I would like to be able to do it." Well,
Yeah.
you can try. Why not? Start a new hobby. Yeah. All right. What about you, students? Do you tend to start hobbies but then get bored and then you just quit? You stop?
My favorite hobby is following my
Oh,
English webinars. And yay, Antonio! Yay, yay, yay!
are you sucking up, Antonio?
You know, he is. He's sucking up.
Okay. Shall we
But
explain what
be
that
honest,
means?
Antonio, we're your favorite webinar hosts.
Tell the
Okay?
truth. Tell the truth. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So Simona says, no, I'm a lazy person. I always, so I would always like to start. I would always, no, I always, okay. I would like to start
I
a lot of
yeah.
hobbies.
Hmm.
I would like to start a lot of
But
hobbies, but
hmm
in the end, I don't
hmm
start anything. Okay, very good.
yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of ideas, but then you never actually get round
Yeah,
to doing.
I think Simona, I'm a little bit like that. it's a question of time too, you know.
Yeah, of course. So another thing that Italians always say, it's not at the end, but it's in the end in
In the
English.
end, yeah, in
Yeah.
the end.
This is something that lots of my students say because they're literally translating from Italian. So in the
Ah,
end.
yeah, in the end.
Okay. Um, yes, I'm quite a lazy person too. So if I start a hobby, it's because I really, really want to do it. And then once I start doing it, I'm a perfectionist, so I have to keep doing it and I have to do
Yeah,
it
but
well.
Joelle, you
Yeah.
can't say that you're a lazy person. You just can't make that statement. You have two kids, you work, you have the gym, and you have your dancing. Under
Yes.
what
No,
pretext can you
no, no,
say that you're
no.
a lazy person?
No, I'm lazy in the sense that I don't aspire to do many different hobbies. Like I don't want to do art and crafts, and I don't want to, I don't know, start learning a new language or start doing lots of different things. I'm lazy in this sense. Like I do what I do, but I do it well. But I don't do 100 different things. I just like my 3 or 4 set hobbies
Yeah,
that I've
well,
had for years.
yeah,
Yeah.
sure, sure. Okay.
So, okay, number 3. Are there any activities? Oh, hang on a minute. Antonio says, I tend. I think
Yeah, he
that's
does
a
tend.
typo error. I tend to start speaking English, but I got bored quickly, and that is why I am here with you now for celebrating my birthday.
To
To celebrate my
celebrate. To celebrate.
birthday.
It's my birthday, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so do you very often start like English courses, but then you get bored and you stop? Is that what you mean? Okay. You're welcome, Simona, no problem. All right. So, are there any activities you used to do but don't do anymore? And why did you stop? Jane? And students, please
Yeah,
write your
think about it.
answers.
Yes, and I think I'm going to start back up. You know, I used to paint and draw a lot,
Hmm. Yeah, you
and
need
I
time to do
think
that.
yeah, and I that's my new. I think that's going to be my. I've been thinking about it, trying to get into a painting class, trying to get into a drawing class. So I think I'm going to try to find a way to start again. But like I said, I'm having to think, is this really what I want to do, right?
Exactly, exactly. Okay.
And why did you
Giacomo,
stop? I think,
yes?
Giacomo, go ahead.
No, no, answer if you want to finish what you were saying.
No, no, that's okay.
Okay.
Let's just read Giacomo. Most of the time, not times, most of the time when I start
I
a
think that's a
hobby,
typo.
yeah, when I start a hobby, it is, we need our object because I'm, and
Enthusiastic.
yeah, and I'm enthusiastic. Yeah. And I keep doing that hobby. I keep doing that hobby.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Um, so you were saying you why did you stop painting?
I think it's time, you
Yeah.
know?
You need time,
You
and I think
just
you
get
need
so
also
busy.
silence. You need to be concentrated to do it. And if you don't have that, you
Yeah.
don't have the
Right.
yeah inspiration maybe. Katerina says, when I am a child or when I was a child. When I was a
Yeah.
child, I attended dance lessons. Okay, great. Me too. Yeah, I did ballet, tap dancing, and modern dancing.
I did ballet. I did gymnastics. I did, yeah, me too. When I was a child, huh? Yeah. Well,
Okay, Antonia's confirming. That's exactly what happens. All right. Okay, Caterina also corrected herself when I was a child. Fantastic. Riccardo, When I was young, I started to play piano, but I stopped also because I had little time, not few time, because few is
Mm-hmm.
countable, little time
Yep.
in that period. No, sorry, little time. Full stop. You need your punctuation. In this period of
Yeah.
quarantine with an E, I have more time and I'm playing piano again.
Piano again. Yeah. Oh,
Okay,
nice,
very good.
Ricardo.
Remember,
Very good.
capitalize your eyes.
Oh, yes.
Capitalize your
Do not forget to capitalize your
I.
I. But I can see, Ricardo, that you did.
Okay.
So you know you have to do it. Huh?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because you've got half of them that are capitalized and then two that are not. So just, make sure you always capitalize them.
Yeah. So whenever we're talking about the subject, me, we always write it with a big I and not a small I. Okay? Capital I.
Hmm.
All right. Um, Number 4. Jane, can you read?
Mm. Yeah. Are you an adrenaline junkie?
So let's just explain to our students what this means. What do you think an adrenaline junkie is? Adrenaline? You
Hmm.
think this is very simple? Junkie. So a junkie is
Junkie, I
like,
think, really refers to, yeah, somebody who is completely addicted to something.
yeah, it's a slang word. I
Yeah.
think I don't know if it originated in America. I've always associated the word junkie with an American word and not as a British word. I think we adopted it, maybe. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I think it
Um,
refers to really heroin in the beginning.
yes, yes, it always referred to drugs. So people who got very high on very strong drugs back in the 60s and the 70s. But I don't know if it came from America,
Mm,
if it's an American term. So an adrenaline junkie is somebody who is addicted to like adrenaline sports, things that you like uh, that spike your adrenaline. Okay, is this
why
the
is that back
same?
up there?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay.
It disappears out of nowhere. Maybe he's got control of it. For
Maybe.
God's sake, I don't know what's going on there. Sorry.
Stefano, hi. Don't worry. All right. So I am definitely not an adrenaline junkie. Um, I don't
No, me
like
neither.
anything that
Completely
is
not.
dangerous or risky. So, um, but I do enjoy going on the rides in theme parks. I love that type of adrenaline.
Me too. Yeah, I like
But
that. I like
but
that too.
I know that I'm pretty safe. Like the odds of something like a really big accident
Happening are
happening are
very,
very
yeah,
slim. So, but what about you,
yeah.
Jane? Are you an adrenaline junkie?
No, I'm not. Yeah, just the idea of do something like bungee jumping. Never,
Oh God!
never.
What could possess
I
you
can't
to
think
want
of
to do
some.
something like that?
And why? For what reason? But I
Hmm.
have to tell you, Joelle, I did once do paragliding.
Goodness me, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, it was fun, but it's very soft. It's not like
Hmm.
parachuting. It's not, there's no adrenaline rush.
Oh, I don't know. I got a video from a friend of mine who she works in the military, and just for fun, she does parachuting, not paragliding.
Uh,
When you jump out of a plane,
Parachuting. Yeah, parachuting. Yeah.
I think there's another word for it as well. But anyway, I can't think of the word right now.
Skydiving.
Skydiving. Thank you very
Skydive.
much. Complete. Just had a complete block. Couldn't remember. So she sent a video of her skydiving a couple of weeks ago, or
No,
maybe
wouldn't
before the
do it.
lockdown.
Never.
Just like crazy. Like what would make you want to jump out of a plane? I couldn't.
I would never, never. You couldn't even talk me into it. And
No,
to
no,
be
not
honest
even if
with
you
you,
offered me
I
money.
think, yeah, and to be honest with you, I would never even go paragliding again. I did it. It was fine. It was fun, but I would never go again. But why?
Okay.
For what reason?
Yeah. So Stefano says, I'm very, not fear. Fear is the noun, you need the adjective. So I'm very afraid.
Afraid. Hmm.
And remember, capital I, big I. I know you arrived late, so you didn't see what I wrote before. We always write the subject I with a big I and not with a small I. Okay, capital I.
Okay. One here, I
I'm,
want to
I'm
read here.
afraid
Ricardo.
of bungee jumping. Sorry, Ricardo.
Okay.
You want to
Sorry, I
mention?
want to put Ricardo's up
Mm-hmm.
here, but I'm having trouble getting it up.
There we are. Here, I'll do that.
I don't see it.
There we are.
I'm sorry. Uh, while I'm watching a football match of my team, hmm, the adrenaline.
I am, and
No,
I.
I don't think though that you could say that an adrenaline junkie is somebody who actually goes out and seeks a physical activity where there is a large quantity of adrenaline that goes into your body. I don't
Yeah.
think that watching a football match and
And
the
the only
sentence doesn't
answer,
really work.
yeah, the only answer you can give to this question is yes or no. So yes, I am, or no, I'm not. Okay.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
like adrenaline sports. I like um, risky or dangerous activities. So I am, and to use the verb to be, I am an adrenaline junkie.
Mhm.
All right. Okay. Oops, sorry. Let's get on to the next slide. Okay. Katerina also, I think she's answering
Yeah.
an old
Yeah, she
question
is.
here.
But I don't think that you have to become an expert in something. I mean,
Oh.
there's hobby. Listen, there's things that I do. I'm not. Am I good at them? Well, I'm not like you, Joelle. I'll do something because I enjoy it. I don't
Mm-hmm.
have to be an expert at it. I don't have to be necessarily good at it. I have to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So, for me, my hobby has to do with pleasure that it gives me, not because I'm particularly good at it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
So, but
for me,
everybody's
it's a little
different.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Katerina
yeah.
Katerina does it because she wants to become good at what she does. So this is why she starts the hobby. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit like that. It depends on what it is. So, uh, okay. So interests. This is a fun exercise for you students to do. Match the words to the categories. So whenever you want, please write in the comments here which of these activities you think belong to the category of adrenaline junkie or outdoorsy for leisure, or how Jane would say, leisure, or sports. Okay,
Yeah.
so outdoorsy basically means an activity that you do outside. Like you like being
Outside, outdoors.
outside, so you like doing this kind of activity. Leisure or leisure is something that you just do for pleasure. Okay, something that you do. It's not nothing strenuous or something nothing like an adrenaline junkie. It's just something that you do for pleasure. And a sport is like an official sport. Okay. So, do you want to read the list of the different activities, Jane?
Sure. We have hunting, skydiving, rowing, fishing, collecting, kayaking, gardening, bowling, paddleboarding, bungee jumping, windsurfing, knitting, hiking, paragliding, fencing, rock climbing.
Okay. And of course, students, if you don't understand any of these words, please ask us and we can tell you the meaning. Okay. So Ricardo thinks that hunting is outdoorsy, right? Skydiving, he believes, is adrenaline junkie.
Hmm.
Rowing, sport. Fishing, leisure
Fishing.
or leisure.
I don't know. Is
Collecting,
fishing
leisure.
sport or is fishing leisure? I don't know how you would do it. Is it a sport or is it leisure?
Remember that some of these could be in more than one
Yeah,
category.
so yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Mm,
So, for example, I think that fishing could be both outdoorsy and leisure. So, okay, Ricardo is the only person answering here. Students, please
yeah, help us out.
write what
Where
you
did
think.
Antonio go?
What?
Excuse
Yeah,
me.
where's Antonio gone? Yeah. Kayaking, sports, gardening, outdoorsy, bowling, leisure. Wow. Okay. Well done. Um, what is paddleboarding? Because I think that probably a lot of our students won't know what that is.
It's like being on a surfboard. It looks like a surfboard,
Hmm.
but you stand on it and you have a paddle to row with.
Yeah.
Okay, but you're standing on the surfboard on the water.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Have you done paddleboarding? I would like to try. It looks very fun.
Yeah, I would like to try. I haven't actually tried before. My sister has. She said it was fun.
I really would like to. People are doing it all the time, and I
Yeah.
think it looks really fun, Joelle. I mean, to
It's
get
the
out
new
there,
thing. Mm.
but no, it's in the United States. It's huge because
Hmm.
remember, there's lots of lakes,
Yeah.
and people on a lake. It's fantastic.
In fact, that's where my sister did it. She lives in the States, so she did it there. I don't remember where, but somewhere in the States.
Yeah, it
Um,
looks really
yeah,
fun.
it's like the new kayaking. Like years ago, everybody did kayaking, but now the new fashion, the new thing is to do paddleboarding. All right, Ricardo says paddleboarding sport, leisure bun or leisure.
Not, it's not leisure. Paddleboarding is a sport.
It's hard work as well.
Yeah, don't even try to say it's leisure. Uh,
Bungee
Bungee
jumping,
jumping,
adrenaline
adrenaline junkie.
junkie.
Definitely, yeah, yeah.
All right, good. Okay, Ricardo is the only person writing the answers.
Yes.
Oh,
I
wow, well
love you,
done.
Ricardo. Thank you so much.
Windsurfing,
That's it easy.
sport,
Mm.
and knitting leisure. Very good. So, what is
I
knitting
knit.
for those of you who
I
don't
knit.
know? Do you? Really?
Yeah, I do. But I just do
Ah,
very simple things. My mother is a
okay.
great knitter, but I just do very simple things.
Okay. Knitting is to make like a hat or a scarf with the wool. So you have a ball of wool and you have two like sticks. I don't know what they're called in English. And
They're
you
knitting needles.
that's it, knitting needles, right. Yeah. You can tell that I really love knitting. My technical vocabulary on this subject is
It's very hypnotic. It's really
hmm,
like
I can imagine
relaxing.
it's relaxing. Yeah, yeah, very relaxing. I can just imagine sitting in front of a fire with my knitting stuff and a cup of tea on the table
Oh,
next to me and just
sounds
tick, tick,
fabulous.
tick, tick, tick with the sound of those needles going tick, 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 tick.
Fantastic.
Okay,
All
so
right.
let's have a look.
Yeah, let's have a look. I'll just pull them up there. See
So
what we've got.
hunting. Oh, sorry, adrenaline junkie. What have we got? Hunting outdoorsy. Yeah.
Mhm.
Skydiving. Adrenaline junkie. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Rowing is a sport.
Okay.
It is an actual
Sport.
Olympic sport as well. Fishing
Fishing.
outdoorsy.
Okay, they put outdoorsy.
Yeah. Collecting
Collect.
is leisure, of course, if you collect
Do
stamps
you
or if you
have a
collect.
butterfly collection?
Hmm. I don't. Do
Collect
you?
stamps? No, I don't
Yeah.
collect anything.
Kayaking. Actually, I do have a collection. It's a stupid
You
collection.
too?
It's
Tell
just
me.
I don't collect things. Like I just collected them as I went on my holidays. I
Okay,
have been
so
on
shot glasses from different places.
no.
No. Well, I thought I had it.
I have I've been on many, many different cruises. And to go on a cruise, to be able to get in and out of the ship, they give you like a card. It's like a card that you
Oh,
beep to get in and out. So I've kept all of the cards of all of the different cruises I've been on. And I have like over 50, 50
you've been on
something.
you've been on 50 cruises, Joel?
Yeah, more than that.
Seriously. I went on a
Okay.
I went on a no, I went on a cruise for my 40th birthday, and I thought, "Never again." It was the worst experience
Oh
ever.
God, I'm sorry. It was so bad for you.
No, it's just not for me. It's just not for me. It's not the way I
Well,
wanna travel.
it was kind of I had to do it. It wasn't a choice, basically. So I cruised for 7 years.
Oh,
So
you worked.
no,
Did you work at a
my ex worked on a cruise ship. So if I
Oh my
wanted to see him,
gosh.
I had to go and see him on the ship. So
Oh,
there you go.
awesome, amazing. Okay, so that's
So
a great story.
yeah,
That's a great story.
perfect. Um, gardening, leisure, bowling, leisure, paddleboarding, sports, bungee
Yay. Bungee
jumping.
jumping,
All right,
windsurfing
let's just
here.
get them all up there. Right. So anything that involves adrenaline, rock climbing, paragliding, bungee jumping, skydiving, these are for people who are adrenaline junkies. If you just like
Okay.
relaxing, knitting, bowling, gardening, collecting, it's for you. If you like sports, Jane,
Sports, rowing, paddleboarding, windsurfing, fencing.
what is fencing? Hmm.
Ah, it's when you have like a very thin sword, and it's a sport with two people.
Like the Three
I
Musketeers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the Three Musketeers. And it's
Yeah.
also Italy is world renowned
Yeah.
for its
For
fencing.
the sport. Yeah.
It's I think probably the we've won more Olympic gold medals.
Yeah. Yeah. Very
Uh,
good. They're very
It's
good
a very
Italian.
important sport.
So you wear
The
like a
Italian team is
mask
the best.
to protect
Yeah,
yourself, and then with a sword, like the Three Musketeers, you have to play.
best
All right.
teams. Yeah, amazing.
And outdoorsy are the activities you do outside: hunting, fishing, kayaking, and hiking. Okay, Jane, can you read?
Ambitions. Fill in the blank with for since or the present perfect tense. So why don't we do this? Let's give the students a moment to try to figure out what goes in the different spaces. And we'll do one, two, three, four, and five. Okay? And we'll give them a
Exactly.
second to look at that and do it. Um, so here we've got So, Joel, can you just while they're doing this, why don't we talk about the difference between for and since?
Okay,
Just
excellent.
so
So,
we can review that.
yeah. Remember, we use these with the sorry, with the perfect tense. So, if we use since, we are uh, we are giving you a specific date when you started this activity. So we need a specific date. Mm-hmm. So, for example, a year, or I don't know, in 2005, or September. Okay, we have a specific time. If we use for, it's talking about the duration of the time or the period of time,
Absolutely. Duration.
or period of time that you have done this activity. So we're talking about 6 years, 7 months, 5 days, 1 week. Okay. Ricardo is very patriotic as well. Italian people usually win a lot of gold medals at the Olympic
The
Games.
Olympics
Okay.
needs to.
It is true. It is true,
Let me
actually.
ask you something. Is Olympic capitalized,
Yes.
Joel?
Yes, because it's
Olympic
the,
and games. Isn't it also games? The whole thing is capitalized,
yeah,
not Olympic Games. Okay.
and
I just
also
wanted to make sure.
Italian. Also Italian.
Yes.
When we talk about nationalities, it's always with a capital letter.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's true. Italians actually do win a lot of gold medals.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
for a country the size of Italy, we
Hmm.
have amazing athletes. I
Hmm.
mean, they're really incredible.
Yeah. Okay, so we have
Oh,
Simona.
Simona. Oh,
Well
nice.
done. So, Jane, can you read? I
Okay,
have.
so I have been running 4. Okay, so we're going to talk about duration. Remember,
Mm,
Joelle just explained 3 years is a duration and it is not a point in time. Okay, a
okay.
point in time is good. We're going to use since. So here we have 3 years, Simona. Okay.
Okay. So thank you for responding, but it is for because if it were since, we would have 2017.
Yeah, exactly.
Since
I've been running since
2017.
2017.
Yeah.
I usually train
Okay.
with my friend.
Hmm.
We, and then we've got the verb run.
Hmm. 10 half marathons and one marathon. Mm, we started. So, students, what do you think? Remember, we need to use the
Yeah.
present perfect. Okay, Ricardo
Okay.
was saying that what he said before was regarding fencing in general. A lot of
Okay.
gold medals. Yeah,
Oh,
well done.
Stefano, thank you. Okay, we've got number 2.
So, Stefano,
Mm,
ran is the past simple of run, but in the instructions, it's telling you to use the present perfect tense.
what would that be?
How
Oh,
do we form the present perfect?
Simona got it. Simona, you got it. There we go.
Okay, but careful because you've written the past simple form of run. Oh, there we are. The second one. Good. She wrote it
No,
twice.
yeah.
Okay, so sorry, sorry.
Okay.
I was reading this one,
No.
and it was
But Simona,
yeah,
you've changed it to the incorrect form. It's
yeah.
run, ran, run.
So
Our
your
past
first answer
participle
was
is
correct.
run.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the past participle of run is run. Yes.
yeah. So Stefano was right for number three. Since is correct. Uh, now we are training for our second marathon. I feel that I with my training. So what did okay, again, number four, you only wrote the past tense, Stefano. Past simple, but we need to use the present perfect. So to
Okay,
form the
wait.
present perfect, Jane,
We need, we
subject.
need, yeah, we need have or has
Mm-hmm.
plus the past participle.
Mm-hmm.
In
Yeah.
in the instructions here, uh, try to just use the present perfect because you don't have any other options here.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So yes, I have struggled with my training. Okay. Uh, I don't like to run alone, but my friend time to train with me recently.
Uh, okay, so remember here, the verb they've chose is have. So, and that's not part of the present perfect. That's the verb. So you're going to have
Yeah.
two, and within that one sentence. Okay, you've got the structure, have or has, the negative, and then you've got the past
Yeah.
participle of have.
Well done, Katerina. It's have struggled. And okay, so this is correct. But now for the next one, what do we need for have?
You need
It's
that
not
negative.
it's not didn't
It's
have
not
because didn't
didn't.
have is
Nope.
past simple. We need present perfect. My friend, third person, he or she, my friend, hasn't had.
Yes, hasn't had.
Simona, big question mark.
Simona, 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 I know it's terrible, right? It's so hard sometimes. I get you. Oh, look what time it
Okay.
is, Joelle.
Oh,
Wow, that
goodness
just flew
me.
by.
Yeah. All
Goodness,
right.
yeah.
So my aspiration is to finish under 5 hours, but I'm afraid I won't reach my goal. Right. So we have practiced some present perfect. At the beginning of the class, we also practiced present perfect continuous. I have been swimming for 5 years. I have been going to the gym since 2005. And remember the difference between since and for. Yes, Simona, it's very difficult.
I know,
Since,
Simona. But
Jane,
we'll get
is
there.
used for
Since is a point in time, and for is going to be used for duration.
excellent. Thank you very much for joining
Thank
us.
you
Thank you for
all. Bye,
participating,
guys.
and have a lovely day. Have a lovely weekend.
Okay, have a nice weekend. Bye, guys.
Bye.